When you look at this peaceful and tranquil early summer morning scene, you'll find it hard to believe that this waterway was once the principal route for transporting goods from the seaport at Heybridge to the town of Chelmsford. Until the rapid growth of the canal system in the mid-18th century, the most common method of transporting merchandise was by pack mule and wagon. For Chelmsford, all this changed in 1797 with the opening of the Chelmer and Blackwater navigation, which runs from the Springfield Basin in Chelmsford to the sea lock at Heybridge near Malden. Passing under 6 bridges and through 13 locks on its 14-mile journey, it descends 23 metres to meet the low tide in the Blackwater estuary. In its commercial heyday, the main cargo being transported from Heybridge into Chelmsford was coal, bricks, stone and large quantities of timber. Returning barges took grain and flour from the mills and other goods from the surrounding area to seagoing ships in the Blackwater. At its peak in the mid-19th century, the navigation was carrying over 60,000 tonnes of cargo a year. Today it's used for a wide variety of leisure activities, and there's very little evidence, except for the canal itself, of the contribution it made to the commercial development of Chelmsford. Even less well known is how these same waterways added to the development of Southend-on-Sea. Originally just a small settlement to the south end of Prittlewell village, the arrival of the railway in 1865 fuelled a rapid population growth that meant that the demand for drinking water exceeded the capacity of this small pumping station in Southend's Milton Road. After much debate and a couple of rejected plans, Parliament approved the 1924 Southend Waterworks Act, which authorised the abstraction of water from the Chelmer, Tur and Blackwater rivers from where it was pumped 25 miles from the 2 holding reservoirs at Langford to Southend-on-Sea by 2 steam-driven pumps. The original building was constructed large enough to house a 3rd engine, which was installed in 1931, and until 1945 96% of Southend's drinking water came direct from Langford. Langford continues to supply Southend with fresh drinking water, but it's now served by a modern electric pumping station. And when there's an abundance of water in the rivers, typically during the winter, the excess is pumped to Hanningfield Reservoir, where it's treated and delivered to Southend when seasonal demands are high. In October 1963, the original steam pumps were finally withdrawn from service, and for some years it looked as if the original plant would simply be left to the ravages of time. But fortunately, the chief engineer at the time ensured that one of the 3 pumps was preserved, and his legacy was to use the disused pumping station as a museum, with the ultimate aim of bringing some wonderful relics from the past back to life, so that they could be enjoyed and admired for future generations to come.
museum first opened in 1994 at Pitsea, in an old council-owned building which was condemned. So the museum was looking for a new site. The water company had this building which was a scheduled ancient monument, looking for something to do. The two came together and the museum moved to Langford in 1996. Right, the principal attraction is the one that's actually behind me at the moment, which is Marshall, which is the last remaining Lilleshall triple expansion pump set. Very significant to us because it was the last one built, and also we've received engineering heritage listed status for it from the OMEC.
Marshall is a triple expansion engine built by the Lilleshall company in Oaken Gates in Shropshire. Marshall was commissioned on this site in February 1931 and worked through till about October 1963. Unfortunately, a decision was made to scrap the other two engines within the pumping station. With a little bit of foresight from one of the directors of the water company and some involvement from the local WI, the building and Marshall was saved. But unfortunately then it took nearly 50 years to get it back to the condition it's in now. Operating on steam allows us to run Marshall at an operational speed of around about 30 RPM, compared with our air operation of maybe between 10 and 12 RPM. So although we're not pumping water, we can demonstrate the speed at which Marshall ran at when it was pumping. With regard to the engine now, we know this was the last Lilleshall triple to be built. It's the only Lilleshall triple in UK that we know of that it's in its original location with its original pump set, and obviously now we're back on steam, we're probably even more unique.
Obviously the biggest challenge with a site like this is actually making the books balance, and at the moment we're fortunate as much we get a lot of support from the water company, but we know that support will gradually be reduced. So what we're looking to do is to actually make the site more sustainable in its own right. So we need to be looking for new things to do within the building, both for corporate entertainment, new things we can use the site with for, if you like, new events and things, plus just generally increasing the amount of attractions to widen the audience as far as possible. The main thing at the moment is trying to make sure that our future is sustainable.
To see these machines running as smoothly as the day they were manufactured is a fitting tribute to the skill of the engineers who built them and to those dedicated to preserving our heritage. Let's hope that museums like the Museum of Power continue to inspire, entertain and educate us for many years to come.